saw the wedding invite with my ex's name on it. I swear my heart stopped when I saw that envelope. It was this fancy, cream-colored wedding invitation, embossed with gold foil and tied with a little ribbon. Beautiful, really. Elegant. The kind of thing you immediately know is expensive. It was addressed to me, sitting in my mailbox like it didn't have the power to knock the air out of my lungs. But the moment I opened it, I saw his name. My ex, Nate. And not just mentioned, he was one of the people getting married. The invite read, "You are joyfully invited to the wedding of Emily Carter and Nathan Bennett." Nathan. But to me, he was always Nate. My Nate. For 3.5 years. And now, apparently, someone else's husband-to-be. I'm Claire, by the way. I'm 29 now. This all happened a few months ago. I live in Chicago, work in nonprofit marketing, and up until a year ago, I thought I had my future figured out. I thought I was gonna marry Nate. We'd been together since I was 25. We talked about moving in, getting a dog, maybe a little fixer-upper house in the suburbs. Instead, I got ghosted. Yeah. Full-on, adult woman, multi-year relationship ghosted. We'd been going through a rough patch. Work stress, some arguments, stuff that felt manageable. One night, he kissed me goodbye before heading to a weekend trip with his cousins. And then, he just never came back. No text, no call, no breakup, nothing. At first, I thought something horrible had happened. I called his phone nonstop. I messaged his friends, his parents. Nobody knew, or at least, they pretended not to. Then his social media went dark. I was sick with worry for weeks. Eventually, I saw him tagged in someone's Instagram story. Alive, laughing, holding a drink. That was the moment it sank in. He didn't die. He didn't get kidnapped. He left me like a goddamn coward. It took everything in me not to drive to wherever he was and scream in his face. But I didn't. I cried. I grieved. I spiraled a little, sure. But then I got help, therapy, journaling. Late-night walks with podcasts and ugly tears. Over time, the fog started to lift. I unfollowed. I moved on. Or I thought I had. Until that stupid wedding invite showed up. It was from my college friend Rachel. She and I used to be tight, but we drifted after graduation. I hadn't spoken to her in years, so getting an invite at all was surprising. But seeing Nate's name, that was next level. I stared at the card for what felt like an hour, just turning it over in my hands, trying to make sense of it. Was this a mistake? Some kind of sick joke? Then it hit me, Rachel was the cousin. The one Nate went on that mysterious weekend trip with. She was the one who helped him disappear. I remember this sharp, hot wave of nausea hitting me. I actually had to sit down on the kitchen floor because my legs went weak. She knew. She knew he ghosted me. And now she was marrying him and had the audacity to invite me. Who does that? I didn't even know what I was feeling. Rage, disbelief, pain, betrayal. All of it. Swirling inside me like a storm I couldn't name. I called my best friend Leela. I read her the invite word for word, my voice shaking. She was quiet for a second and then said, "Claire, this feels intentional." And I knew she was right. This wasn't a clueless bride sending invites to old college buddies. This was a message. Maybe it was gloating. Maybe it was guilt. Maybe it was some warped attempt at closure. Whatever it was, it lit a fire in me I hadn't felt in a long time. I didn't know what to do at first. Part of me wanted to burn the invitation and pretend I never saw it. Another part wanted to show up at that wedding in a red dress like something out of a revenge movie. What I ended up doing, well, it wasn't either of those. But I'll get to that. First, I needed answers, so I sent Rachel a message. I kept it calm, polite, civil. I said, "Hey Rachel, I got your invite. It was beautiful. Just wanted to confirm, your fiancé is Nate Bennett, right? I was surprised since we used to date and he sort of disappeared from my life. Just wondering if this was intentional or a mix-up." She left me on read for 3 days, and then finally replied, "Hi Claire. Yes, it's the same Nate. I'm really sorry for how things ended between you two. It was a complicated time, and I hope you're doing well now. I understand if you don't want to come." That was it. No explanation. No apology for helping him ghost me. No accountability. Just some generic, complicated time crap and a passive-aggressive note about the RSVP. I saw red, but instead of firing back, I took a breath. I waited, and then I said I'd attend. Leela was shocked. She was like, "Wait, are you seriously going?" And I said, "Yup, but not alone." I asked Leela to come with me. She hesitated at first, but when I told her everything, about the ghosting, the cousin, the invite, she was in. No questions asked. We made a plan, nothing dramatic. No wedding crash sabotage. I wasn't going to be that girl. I didn't want revenge, not exactly. I just wanted to show up. Calm, confident, untouched by the wreckage they thought they left behind. We got to the venue. It was one of those country estate-type places, all ivy-covered stone and fairy lights strung up in the trees. It was actually beautiful. People were milling around in pastel dresses and sharp suits, sipping champagne. No one paid much attention to me. Until they did. I walked in wearing this deep green satin dress, hair done, heels clicking on the pavement like punctuation marks. Leela looked like she stepped out of a fashion ad. We weren't trying to overshadow anyone, we just wanted to feel like us. Powerful, composed, unbothered. When Rachel saw me, her smile froze. I could see the panic flicker behind her eyes. She came over quickly, fake laughing, fake smiling, doing that whisper-shout thing brides do when they're trying not to cause a scene. "Oh my God, Claire, I didn't think you'd actually come," and I just smiled. "I figured since you invited me, you wanted me here." She blinked, like she didn't know what to say. Then she mumbled something about finding Nate and walked away fast, dress swishing behind her like a curtain dropping on a bad performance. It wasn't long before he showed up. Nate, older but still the same smirk, same way of looking through you, not at you. He looked like he saw a ghost when he noticed me standing near the bar. He didn't even try to fake it. He just walked up and said, "Claire, wow, I didn't expect to see me again." I cut him off. "Yeah, I bet." He swallowed hard, rubbing the back of his neck. Same nervous tick he had when he lied. "I didn't handle things well," he muttered. I laughed, quiet, sharp, bitter. "You disappeared, that's not well. That's cruelty." He didn't deny it, didn't even offer an apology, just stared at the floor like a kid caught stealing. "You know," I said, "for a long time I thought I did something wrong, that maybe I pushed you away, that I missed a sign. But seeing you here like this, marrying someone who helped you vanish, yeah, I think I get it now." He opened his mouth, closed it, then walked away, just like before. Only this time I didn't chase him. I didn't cry. I ordered a drink, clinked glasses with Leela, and we watched the ceremony from the back quietly, politely. When the officiant asked if anyone had objections, I smiled to myself, because I didn't object. Why would I? He wasn't mine to lose anymore. We didn't stay long, just enough to be seen. To let them know I was alive, well, and doing just fine without him. On our way out, I caught Rachel watching me from the dance floor. Her expression was unreadable, maybe regret, maybe fear, maybe just annoyance that I hadn't played the role she expected. A few weeks later, I got a message from an unknown number. It was Rachel. She said, "I just want to say I admire how you handled everything. You're stronger than I gave you credit for. I hope there's no bad blood." I never responded, because strength isn't about showing up to ruin someone else's day. It's about showing up, period. It's about looking your past in the eye and not flinching. So no, I didn't ruin their wedding. I didn't scream or cry or demand closure. I gave it to myself. And that was the best gift I could have walked away with. You know, sometimes we think closure has to come from the people who hurt us. But the truth is, it doesn't. Sometimes, it comes from simply standing tall in the face of what broke you and realizing you're still whole. So yeah, I saw the wedding invite with my ex's name on it, and I went, not to crash it, not to burn it down, but to show myself that I made it out, better, stronger, and free. If this story hit you in any way, if you've ever had to find your own closure, then you're not alone. There are more stories like this coming, real, raw, and honest. So if you want to hear more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around. Some stories aren't just meant to be told, they're meant to be felt. I'll see you in the next one.